All right, check it out. So we're gonna install a pressure regulator today, and the reason is because I have these valves, and I just installed these valves at a client's house. Okay. Oh, zoom out. And so they called me. They said, "Hey, we have an issue, and water just keeps gushing out of the main line side." And I was like, "All right, cool." So send me a picture. They sent me a picture, and this sucker was totally popped out of that sucker, and I was like, "Well, that's not good." So I went, swapped it out, because warranty, swapped it out, and changed it out for them. And I said, okay, you got a new one in there. So I swapped him out. Then I go to the front, turn on the water, check it out, looking at it, everything's fine and dandy. And I'm looking, and I'm about ready to leave, but something said, hold on. And then this guy pops off, and I'm like, what the heck? What in the HE double hockey stick is going on around here? And you know what? So I turned water off. I replaced this guy. Now I got PTSD about all these valves I just put in blowing off because of pressure or something. So I go and I listen to the pressure regulator they have for the house, which is right next to the ball valve where the comes off for the sprinklers. I'm like, okay, well, I hear like the spring like vibrating, like the pressure's hitting and it's trying to do its thing. And I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't sound good. Maybe it's pressure spikes or something. And so I told them, well, okay, we need to install a pressure regulator for your sprinklers. So let's do that. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm putting a pressure regulator for the sprinklers, and you guys get to learn how to do that. Hopefully it's informative to you. Hopefully you learn something from it. And key thing is make sure the arrow that is literally molded into the part of the pressure regulator is facing the right direction of flow. Key thing. Okay. And I'm on my little radio thing here, so if the lips don't match, I don't know if it's gonna be like an old movie, like hello, okay. So I'm sorry if it does that. If it's cool, perfect, roll with it. But let's go change that regulator out. Let me show you what to do and how easy it is. And I like using double union regulators. Some people like using no regulators or no union. Some people use a single union. I like the double unions only because when you have to replace it, you literally unscrew both unions, pull the unit out, put the new one in, tighten it back down, you're done. It takes like 2 minutes. All right, probably a little faster than it takes to change out one of my valves on my setups, the way I build them out the manifold that everybody keeps complaining about. But I'm like, do it, dude. You're gonna see it's worth it. Trust me. If you want to know how to build one of my manifolds that I build, it's not mine. I didn't patent it, but it took me a little bit to get to this point because I used to just use PVC. But I'll explain that in another video because you guys need to learn how to do a pressure regulator. All right, let's go. Here's my regulator, and it's a double union. Okay, so he's gonna go on that end. He'll be over here on this end. And he's gonna be coming down. See the arrow coming down. So this guy is gonna be up top. The 90 is gonna be in this way, and he's gonna be in that way. Pretty much how we're gonna set up. Before I tighten these brass fittings down, I'm going to put on Blue Monster pipe thread sealant. I mean, you don't have to use this. You could use straight up this, but as long as you're using this when you go metal to metal, for sure. So here we're experiencing high pressure. You could hear it here in the regulator. Okay, pressure is high. Put this on. You could hear kind of pressure spikes here. Gonna change out this to a brass, and put a regulator right here. Water's off. I know we're gonna be around here somewhere anyway, so not too worried where I'm gonna cut it. Just cut it somewhere random here. Then we could cut to length wherever we need to. Let's depressurize so you can even turn on a valve. Okay. And little monster on. Always be careful applying torque. I think I go one more. Okay, I'm gonna stop about here. Give me room to screw on this guy. Some pipe dope. Do not lose that. They have other tools to help not gnar up the brass so much. I'm just trying to go slow, making sure I'm not like putting too much force to where it's gonna end up slipping. I'm gonna put that right there. Forget it. I always like to clean up my area. We kind of measure this out. Okay. And but right at this lip, there's like a little, this is the socket, and then you got this little hexagon little rim here. Right at the bottom is pretty much where the inside socket ends. So if I were to line this up, pretty much just about there. One of the dice does get pushed a little bit, and so measurements may be off slightly. Okay. And now, yeah. Now we could take off this bottom one, glue him on. Don't forget your primer. Make sure it's dry. You don't put too much. You don't want that just like start falling down the riser and looks real ugly. I'm gonna put my 7-Eleven glue on. thing, wipe that glue. Go down. Come here with that. Loosen the top a little bit to have a little bit of flexibility there. Okay. Get started. Arrow, make sure it's going the flow, okay? So I'll make sure, I'll tell you, so it's, you know, it's not hard to figure that part out. Okay. Okay. I'm just testing for leaks real quick. I don't see anything. So I do want to give this time to dry, so I didn't want to leave it on. So I just depressurize it, turn on the valve, but just want to show you, I pressurize this, there's no water leaking through any of that. So we are good. Solid. And that's that. That's it. That is adding a pressure regulator. So I'll do it one more time. So this is charged now. No leaks. Okay. Everything's normal. Sweet. And no leaks. No leaks. No leaks. No leaks. No leaks. No leaks. Wipe that up. And we're good. Till next video.